Hello, Panther Nation, and welcome into FIUsports.com as the Panthers just wrapped up another fall camp practice and joined by offensive coordinator Steve Shankweiler and offensive line coach. First, let's start with the line coach because it all starts up front. What are you seeing out of the group so far in camp?
Well, what we're seeing is some guys that had to play last year is when they weren't ready to play. All that experience now has been a real plus for them. We're able to do things with them now that you'd like to be able to say you could do with a second-year guy. We've been able to progress. And they've had the experience of actually going out and playing 12 games. So they understand things pretty well. They're communicating well, and right now they're executing at a pretty high level.
Coach, do you feel that the strength of the line comes from the strength of the starting five or from the depth of the unit?
I don't know right now. I don't know talent-wise if there's much difference in the first 8 or 9 guys. I think the strength comes from having played. You know, I think we've got a couple freshmen, a couple of young guys, a couple kids came in January that have equal or more talent. Okay, so as they continue to grow as the season goes, that's just going to be a bonus for us. But I think really right now the strength is experience, understanding how to compete, understanding how to make adjustments, and being able to work together.
Offensively as a whole, you return obviously Alex McGough, third year in the system. Do you feel his progression is where you feel you would want to see?
Yeah, he's playing like a real quarterback right now. He's making throws that, you know, wow, he didn't do that the last 2 years. Each year it got better, but all of a sudden he's making some big-time throws. He has a very good command of the offense. You know, if we call a play and maybe not put a protection with it, we don't have to because he knows the protection that goes with it. He knows the plays that are checked without us having to call a play and say, check this, if it, you know, whatever look. He knows what to go to, and he's just much more relaxed and much more capable of handling the offense by himself.
From a skill position standpoint, we saw some flashes last year from Anthony Jones, but there seem to be a lot of newcomers that have got speed and able to do some things with the ball.
Well, we're very comfortable with our running back situation right now as long as they stay healthy. We've got a couple of young kids that came in as freshmen behind them that have shown promise, but the first 2 guys, Gardner and Jones, they're solid Conference USA players. We've been able to bring in a couple of young guys at receiver that add maybe a little more zip to the group, a little more quick feet to the group. And what's been interesting about the newcomers, is they've been able to push the older guys because they've got really good football savvy. They learn quickly, and so that's pushed some of the older kids out of their comfort zone a little bit, and we're getting really good, solid production out of the receiver group.
You feel you've got the talent and the group that can contend for a championship this year?
We feel like we do. We feel like we do. Again, like every football team this time of year, you know, you hope you don't get hurt, because there is a difference in your first and second group. But we'll be competitive with everybody we play, and we're looking forward to it.
Coach, the last question I'll leave you with is that last year you started with 4 the first 5 games on the road, exact opposite this year. How much do you feel that helps the team grow?
You know, I think obviously just from a logistical standpoint, it makes things much more comfortable. There's less distractions. But, you know, we played on the road pretty well. So, you know, I think these kids, the way we practice, and we practice at different times of the day, morning, noon, evening, afternoon, we try to mix it up. I think they've been, you know, pretty comfortable with travel. But that being said, there's nothing like playing at home, brother. Nothing like playing at home.